Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to panel 1 Sir Muhammad Farid bin Ismail and panel 2 Sir Muhammad Fairuz bin Abu Bakar. My name is Muhammad Akil Aiman bin Abdul Manaf. My matrix number B0920104000. My supervisor name is TS Dr. Amir Abdullah bin Muhammad Damanhuri. The title of this project is Established Troubleshooting Guide for Air Conditioner Service Technician. First, I will present about introduction, background of study. Point number 1 is HVAC. HVAC is a short form stands for heating, ventilation and air conditioning. It is to preserve air quality in residential, commercial and industrial buildings by regulating temperature, controlling humidity, ensuring correct air circulation, and controlling proper ventilation. Heating is achieved through various methods such as furnace, boilers or heat pumps, while cooling is typically achieved using air conditioners or refrigerant system. A properly functioning HVAC system also has proper ventilation. Ventilation is the process of bringing in fresh air from outside and releasing stale air from inside a building. Natural ventilation uses the building's existing windows and vents to move air around, whereas mechanical ventilation uses tools like fans and ducts to accomplish the same. Air conditioning is the process of controlling the humidity, ventilation and temperature in a space. Point number 2 is air conditioner have 4 basic components. Air conditioner unit have 4 basic components. It is compressor, condenser, expansion valve and evaporator. The air conditioning machine will not operate properly if it is missing any of these 4 essential parts. The basic of the refrigerant cycle cannot function without these 4 components being present. For problem statement, point number 1 is making errors when repairing air conditioning. Air conditioning systems are complex and prone to various malfunctions, requiring skilled technicians to diagnose and rectify issues efficiently. Every type of problem solving should have its own set of standard operating procedures. Every technician requires a guide that they can use as a reference when they are performing air conditioning troubleshooting in order to successfully complete the troubleshooting process. It is for the purpose of making it easy for every worker to find solution to the challenge they confront, and it is also for the purpose of preventing every service technician from making errors when repairing air conditioning. For point number 2, the absence of a standardized guide limits the ability to share best practice and insight among technicians. In the field of air conditioning split unit, gaining insight and comment from experienced technicians plays a significant role in understanding the obstacles, best practice and potential faults encountered throughout the repair process. This information may be obtained by talking to an experienced technician. On the other hand, there hasn't been a lot of research done that highlight how important it is to use questionnaire when trying to collect this helpful information. Research objective. Objective number 1 is to discuss the maintenance work step cause of the air conditioning split unit problem. And objective number 2, to evaluate the importance of questionnaire according to the air conditioning split unit problem. For scope of research, find source from company's operation and manual. Accent company's operation and manual serve as the source for the data collected on air conditioning maintenance problem. According to the documents provided by Accent, the potential cost of the air conditioning unit have been analyzed, and the necessary procedures for maintenance work have been outlined. Air conditioning split unit 1 horsepower was used as a model to analyze all of the problems that are currently occurring with air conditioning. In order to successfully execute this project, each model of a split unit air conditioning with 1 horsepower will serve as a reference. Literature review. There are some problems, possible cause, and possible solution. For problem number 1, unit cannot turn on, and the possible cause is power failure and short or broken wires. The possible solution for power failure: check the power, check the MCB, check the main supply, and last check the voltage. Possible solution for short or broken wire: first check the circuits, and then check the voltage, check the connection, and last check the wire. For problem number 2 is compressor not start but fans run. The possible cause is compressor stuck or short or broken wires, and last faulty magnetic contactor for fan. Possible solution for compressor stuck is check the compressor, and then check the capacitor, and last check the compressor efficiency. Possible solution for short or broken wires: first check the circuit, check the voltage, check the connection, and last check the wire. For possible solution, faulty magnetic contactor for fan: first check the continuity of coil, and then check the continuity of contacts, and last check the connection. For the problem number 3 is compressor outdoor fan not start. Possible cause for this problem is faulty thermostat or room temperature sensor, and faulty magnetic contactor for fan. Possible solution for faulty thermostat and room temperature sensor is check the continuity of thermostat or room temperature sensor, and then check the wiring, check the connection, and last check the resistance. Possible solution for faulty magnetic contactor for fan: first check the continuity of coil, and then check the continuity of contacts, and last check the connection. For problem number 4 is evaporator indoor fan not start. The possible cause is short or open capacitor, or short or ground fan motor. The possible solution for short or open capacitor is check the capacitor, and then check the continuity of wiring, and last check the connection. For short or ground fan motor, the possible solution is check the circuits, check the voltage, and then check the connection, and last check the wire. For problem number 5 is condenser outdoor fan not start. The possible cause is short or broken wires and short or open capacitor. Possible solution for short or broken wires is check the circuits, and then check the voltage, check the connection, and last check the wire. Possible solution for short or open capacitor: first you can check the capacitor, and then check the continuity of wiring, and last check the connection. For problem number 6 is unit runs but shortly stop. The possible cause is shortage of refrigerant, restricted liquid line, and overcharge of refrigerant. Possible solution for shortage of refrigerant is check the leakage, or you can check if there is any ice on the refrigerant line. Possible solution for restricted liquid line: first check if there is clogged, and then check the pressure, and last check the temperature. Overcharge of refrigerant possible solution is check if there is engine light that is turning on, and then check the ampere consumption, check the temperature of compressor, and last, check the temperature of outflow air. And this is list of maintenance work. If you have problem from air filters, the maintenance work, clean it by using warm water that is below 40 Celsius. Make sure that the filter is dry when installing the machine bag. Or maybe you have problem from blower. The maintenance work is make sure that it is running smoothly. Or maybe you have problem from compressor. The maintenance work, check if there is any leaking. The problem from refrigerant, the maintenance work is check if there is any leaking, or check if there is need to change, and last, check if there is enough for the operation. Methodology. For the flowchart, first, do research on this project through literature review, and then summarize the document, and then develop question in questionnaire. After that, approve the question. If we approve the question, we go to distribute questionnaire, but the question if not approved, you are going back to develop question in questionnaire. After distribute questionnaire, collect the data, and then analysis data, and last, discussion and end. Information collect from primary source is obtained from the source and is therefore considered to be the most relevant. For the purpose of this investigation, the primary source will serve as the main source. The primary source for this method is the documentation produced during the manufacturing process as well as the journal. In this table shows the primary source from manufacturing and journal. Alternative source is a secondary source. Facts or information that initially appeared in another source will be shown in secondary source. The sources come from online publication and articles that are closely related to the field. They are used the correct fact and compare new research with what already exists. This table shows the secondary source. Questionnaire development. The questionnaire is a systematic compilation of the questions that are sent out to a specific population, known as population sampling, in order to collect the information that is required. Respondents are defined as everyone who provides an answer to a question. For respondent opinion, point number 1 is using Likert scale for questionnaire. The Likert scale question was used in this part. The Likert scale is the most commonly and most widely used, although various rating scales exist. The Likert scale question used in this study for level agreement is the 5 Likert scale. For point number 2, the 5 Likert measure used: 1 for strongly disagree, 2 for disagree, 3 for intermediate, 4 for agree, and 5 for strongly agree. In Likert scale questions, the 5 Likert scale is the one most often used. The reason for using an odd number like 5 is to make sure that respondents who can decide if they agree or disagree with a statement or question will still be able to say what they think. And this is the full question in the questionnaire for this project. Data analysis method. The data analysis method in this study is Fleiss kappa. Fleiss kappa is a statistical measure that assesses the reliability of agreement between a fixed number of raters. The flash kappa statistic is valid for any number of raters who assign categorical ratings to a predetermined number of items under the condition that raters are chosen at random for each item in the research. It can be read as indicating the extent to which the observed amount of agreement among raters exceeds what would be expected if all raters met the ratings completely at random. This is the equation for flash kappa. K equal to PO minus PE divided by 1 minus PE. PO, it means the stage of approval of the subordinate based on the observation, and PE is the number of probable hypothesis of consent using the observation data to calculate. This table shows the value of the kappa coefficient approval. If the value K approaches value 1, this means the assessor reached agreement among the assessors, whereas if the value K approaches 0, it means no agreement between the assessor. Expected result. For point number 1, in the thesis, the author intends to establish and detail a thorough set of techniques for dealing with typical problems. This type of maintenance work provides technicians with a clear roadmap for identifying faults in air conditioning split units and finding solutions to those problems. For point number 2, this thesis expects to demonstrate the value of gathering insight and feedback from individuals with practical experience in installing, repairing, or maintaining air conditioning system. The questionnaire response will provide valuable information on common challenge, best practice, and potential errors encountered during the repair process. That's all from me. Thank you.